Hi, and welcome to this 2021 InfoSecurity webinar about WAN transformation and how WAN can help you through your digital transformation journey. We will discuss today a real use case of one of our customers and how WAN transformation and WAN evolution help them in their projects. I'm here today with Joris van den Broek, infrastructure architect at Airvance Group. Hi, Joris. Good to have you here today.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
So, Joris, could you tell us and the audience a bit more about your company?
We design and distribute air handling solutions to improve indoor air quality. We have activities mainly in Europe, but also beyond, and have several branches within several European countries.
And let's jump back in time. In 2019, you are walking through the alleys of InfoSecurity at a time where it was still possible. What is the situation of your company at that time? What are you looking for?
At the time, we were going through a divestment process to form what today has become Airvance Group. One of the requirements of the project was to split away a part of the network of the local and slow MPLS and have independence for our local branches without interrupting daily business activity, which continued as usual. Also keeping in mind that we would have to present a long-term roadmap and a long-term solution. So a solution that provides us the flexibility of both would have been our ideal answer.
So in short, what would be the main business requirements of this project?
There was absolutely no margin to have interruption in the day-to-day business. So that was very important. At the same time, we had a big requirement for flexibility of the network itself because of the different migration projects happening in the context of the project. And last but not least, the bandwidth needed to be increased, again, because of the bandwidth requirement of the different migrations that were going on within the project. Preferably for us was also to have just one single partner and one single point of contact to manage it all because of the constraint of internal resource that were not available to manage it all internally.
So what scenario did you choose? How did this transformation happen?
To implement the transformation, we decided to go with a step-by-step implementation. The first step being the very quick, in a matter of weeks, implementation of the Peplink SD-WAN routers provided by VEN to realize the logical separation of the network in the local branches. The next step was to take advantage of the available mobile bandwidth on top of the limited local MPLS bandwidth to help speed up the different migration projects that we had to go through. The last step was the transfer of the MPLS contracts from the former ISP to VEN, which was a long and painful process. Thankfully, VEN manages it for us.
So can we say that in this scenario, wireless SD-WAN was playing a key role?
Absolutely. The wireless SD-WAN is the strong foundation, which is an enabler for all of the other provided services.
And looking back, what went better than expected?
Better than expected was the local implementation, where we saw that we could take advantage of the local partners of VEN, which helped us respond very quickly. A second part that we were surprised to find was also the integration of other network equipment within the same ecosystem, such as switches or wireless access points, which can be managed in a very similar fashion.
What would be your recommendation for a successful digital transformation?
To align with the business, to set clear goals, to make sure that you understand what you're trying to achieve. The technology is there. The technology is flexible enough to help you achieve them.
Well, today, 2021, so 2 years after our first encounter, how would you describe the current situation of Airvance Group?
Today, Airvance Group is a unified group of companies. We still have various technologies within our perimeter. The next step is that we now look at the long term and formulate a roadmap on how we want to move forward. We're very happy to take advantage of the flexibility of the solutions that we chose a couple of years ago to help us implement this roadmap.
Joris, thanks a lot for sharing with us today. That was very interesting. I think we learned a lot about the important elements during a digital transformation and what can help us achieve these goals in a timely manner. So thanks a lot again for that.
My pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
So we will now revert back to the webinar where we'll go more in details into the architecture and the wireless SD-WAN solution that was used for Airvance Group. Don't forget also that you can subscribe for a demo of our unbreakable connectivity that you could use at home the old way, with physical hardware. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk to you soon.